3 years, 6 months, and 23 days. That's how long.
I'm going in before the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Hoping you'll understand. And then let go of my eyes.
I originally started doing or drawing when I was, I was pretty young, and I knew this is something I was awesome at, and that's why I decided to pursue being an artist. I've become more vigilant with perspective, which is something my artwork desperately needed. Now my artwork looks pretty damn boss because it looks heavy. It looks like it's when I draw that car building, it actually looks like it's mounted on something rather than floating in this space on a piece of paper. Like, what the hell's going on here? It actually looks like there's a weight to what I'm drawing, which is very important. Another cool thing was I was able to paint or draw whatever and being able to send it home. So whatever I did in there, I was able to keep. Some things I didn't keep, which kind of sucks, but I mean, I have a skill that, that's not going away. Even if the art does, my skill stays. So it's not a big deal. I was 17 years old. I was walking down the street. That's the day my life changed. I was a prisoner. And it, there's really nothing to laugh about.
Not that I'm saying either way what I did was wrong. However, it wasn't worth the amount of time I got. Technically, I ran into the guy's house. So was it worth 485 or 3 years and 3.5 years? I got waived up to an adult. Straight out of juvenile center, and I mean that sucked. My mom, that's the first time I see my mom break out in tears.
When I was in the county, I had a bunkie who kind of did me a favor. He told me, he was like, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to become. Sitting in a cell, I'd probably be a boss at it by now, but obviously it was just like a temporary thing. And they gave me some bullshit certificate saying, hey, you completed this course. You have 120 hours in this course. Not to confuse anyone, but this was a real prison. Even though they got, there's an art class, that's not that bad. It's that fucking bad. Today I'm very social. I'll talk to, whoever the hell. In there, I just didn't want to talk to people. Why? Because we had nothing in common. There was nothing I was gaining from anyone, or just the environment itself was just unwelcoming. Again, it was just drawing it was that avenue to take me out of where my mind was. It's all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was draw. All I wanted to do was, I used to write dialogue for my own games and everything, and I would illustrate, from those ideas, I would illustrate what I seen, with my own thoughts. I feel like my mind's always been kind of out there. No matter where I am, I'm kind of thinking of the next year, or the next something, or and just being focused. I feel like being focused, period, no matter where you are, it'll take you to a different location. I was in jail, but my mind was somewhere else, and artwork helped me to maintain that freedom. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling to be where I am today. Knowing where I came from, my past, you know, my future goals. I don't even feel like that shit affects me anymore, because it doesn't. It doesn't. You know, there's a part of my past that I can reflect on. You know, I have a purpose, a relevancy, or, you know, I'm trying to establish a relevancy. I'm fucking excited, you know what I mean?